Hey guys, today's Q&A is about thumps and clips. Thump, not thumbs. All right guys, so today I'm pretty stoked because we got Mr. Giggity 100 back on our YouTube channel asking questions. I like your username, so keep posting because I want to read Mr. Giggity. Anyway, Mr. Giggity's question is, I had a question about my speakers. Every time I turn off the car, the woofers make a loud thump noise, not thumb noise. Could that be the ground wire, or what could that be? All right, so the second question's from Juan Sanchez off of YouTube, and he has a 2006 Accord with a LOC connected to my factory radio. When I lock and unlock my doors using the switch, I hear a clipping noise through all my speakers. Any suggestions?
Do they both have Hondas?
No, no, he didn't say what car he had for the thump noise. He's curious for the thump noise if it's his ground wire. More than likely, you're getting a voltage spike through the remote turn on.
Spike!
Right? Is that what we've seen in the past? I forget.
I don't know, you could have a bad ground, maybe you have a bad RCA cable, maybe your gain on your LOC is freaking so hot, it's really high, maybe your gains on your amplifier is set really high.
Usually we see it with the gains being too high on the amplifier. So if, let's say you're running your 1200 watt woofer on a 500 watt RMS amp and you really want to make that thing move, so you got the bass boost all the way up and you got the gain all the way up, when you turn it on or off, it will cause a thump noise through the woofer because your gains are all the way clipped out. That's usually what I've seen. By adjusting the gain, you can reduce that or get rid of it.
I've seen that though also on some Hondas. It may not be exactly.
This is not the Honda. This is not the Honda. This is just the thump noise when I turn on and off my car through my woofer. Because on like the factory Mustang shaker systems with the 8s in the doors, remember they have a 8 volt turn on through the factory amp?
Yeah, it's
and
5 volts I think.
5 volts. And you would send 12 volts to that.
It will turn it on.
Thump. It would turn it on, but you'd get a thump through the woofers and the doors. So you'd have to dumb that down with a resistor in line or a potentiometer. Look at that, we're using big words today.
That's really big.
And that adjusts the resistance so it can basically cut down the voltage in half to where you need it. So anyways, besides that, it just really depends on your setup. Are you running an aftermarket radio? Is it the factory radio that's in the vehicle? Give us a little bit more insight on that, and maybe we can come back to that question later on. But in the meantime, definitely check your grounds, check your voltage for the heck of it, just in case, to see what your remote wire is doing when the thump happens. And yeah, and look at your gains too. As far as the second question from Juan, with his 2006 Accord with the LOC connected to the factory radio, when you lock and unlock your doors using the switch, he hears a clipping noise through the speakers. You shouldn't be hearing a clipping noise when you hit lock or unlock.
Usually I find weird issues like that when you have really cheap equipment.
That or really,
I'm not trying to say that in a negative way, but like I've used a lot of like signal sensing LOCs as an example.
Oh yeah.
And they work great, they turn on, they may not sound the best, but then the radio shuts off after you turn the key off and it doesn't see any signal and it goes pop! And then you go put in a good high-low adapter like an LC2i and guess what?
It goes
the
away.
problem went away. All right guys, well the moral of the story is that we can't always completely answer everyone's question. It's kind of hard to diagnose an issue through a video or through a comment on YouTube. So we do our best to kind of give you ideas of things you can look at. Sometimes the simplest thing is overlooked that can be causing the issue. Sometimes it's a piece of defective equipment. Sometimes it's due to low quality equipment. There can be a number of different things that it could be. Of course, you know, those are just things you'd kind of have to take a look at. But I mean, other than that, for the most part, if everything's hooked up right and you've got decent quality equipment, you shouldn't really have much of an issue at all. But you know, when it comes to an LOC, I always recommend a high quality LOC to eliminate these type of noises you may have, issues, pops, or go to an aftermarket radio.
And get the best performance out of your aftermarket equipment overall. So hopefully that helps you out, Mr. Giggity. And Juan, once again, subscribe and mash that like button if this helped you.
Boom!
Leave some more questions below. And once again, Brendan with Sonic Electronics.
I'm Alan, peace.